Hello everybody! Today we're going to unbox, take a close-up look and test the Argus Lee Facial Steamer. So let's first take a look around the outside of the box. And now let's go ahead and open it up. And let's go ahead and remove the contents and set them to one side. And then we'll take a close look at them once we've removed everything from the box. So let's check the underside of the packaging to make sure that there's nothing hidden beneath it. And as you can see, the facial steamer right there. Let's go ahead and take it out from the box. And let's just set it there for the moment. And lift up the bottom styrofoam packaging here, just to make sure that there's nothing hidden underneath. Okay, and of course check the underside, all clear, so that's just fine. Let's go ahead and pop it to one side now, and then let's check out the contents of the box. So what we have over here is an Argus Lee card, with a coupon code, Amazon coupon code for future purchases. And then of course we do have the user manual, instruction manual for the facial steamer. And let's go ahead and flip it open. So all the pages are in English. And of course there is the table of contents on the left hand side there. Okay, let's go ahead and set the user manual down to one side. And then of course check out the power cable. So it does come with a power lead here. And it's nice to see that it does have a protective plastic cap over the connectors. And let's go ahead and undo the cable tie so I can show you the cable length, which is quite important or useful to know when it comes to using the facial steamer and sighting it for use. Okay, so it's a reasonably long length there. Let's set the cable down, and then let's go ahead and remove the protective plastic packaging from the Argus Lee facial steamer, and then we can take a close-up look at the steamer. So let me just set that down and then move the paperwork to one side so that it's not too distracting. And then you can see the steamer a little bit more clearly. Might move the power cable down here. Brilliant. Okay, so here we have the facial steamer in my hand, and weight-wise, it is nice and sturdy, and you can see that it's made of a glossy white plastic, and I'm just doing a full rotation here so you can see the overall shape and size of the facial steamer. And let's take a look at the underside. And it does have 4 round foam pads below, and of course the connector at the rear of the facial steamer, or socket, for the power plug. And actually, let's take a close-up look at the front as well. So that's where the steam comes out from, or the mist. So there is a capsule or pollen box, which we can hold petals or essential oils or different items in which you want to have a nice, pleasant smelling experience from. And just let me get it in the right fitment. So there is a notch there. So that you can close it up. And open it up. Okay, so just like that, it's closed up again. So there's a hole on the rear and like 5 holes in the front, so that the steam can pass through whatever contents that you may store in the capsule or pollen box. Oops, so it's the other way around, I beg your pardon. So with the large side is the rear, so that connects simply like that with the single hole in the front for the steam to come out and pass through, of course, in the rear of the nozzle or front of the facial mister. And I'm just trying to twist this to see if it turns or not. No real reason for it to turn, but I'm just figuring things out anyway. But always read the user manual before operating. But as you may all know, my style is just winging it and trying to figure out things based on the product design and how intuitive the product might be. Okay, so this is the water tank, as you can see, that I've just popped out from the rear of the facial mister. So let's set it back down and then take a close-up look. So we pulled it out like that from the rear of the mister or facial steamer. And of course it opens up for you to put in distilled water. Okay, so let's go ahead and fill it up with water now, since we've done the tour of the facial mister. Actually, the front of it, there is a power button that I forgot to mention, and we didn't quite take a close-up look there. So the facial steamer has an on-off power button, but obviously we have not plugged it in yet, so it will not turn on. So now let's go ahead and pour some water into the water tank, and hopefully I don't spill the water all over. Okay, so water in the tank, as you can see. So let's go ahead and replace the cap. So there is a spring-loaded valve here at the top. So just turn it tight enough like that. And let's see what happens if we turn it upside down. So that's just fine. And of course, any pressure against that spring-loaded valve will release the water. Okay, so let's go ahead and pop it back in. And you heard that click there, and the gurgle of water right there. And now we can connect it up. So let's go ahead and do that. Remove the protective cap from the plug, and connecting the power plug into the rear of the facial steamer, and then plugging in the power plug into the socket. So right there you can see straight away the LED light in the front is flashing. So let's go ahead and turn it on. So it is a soft touch sensor panel or button right there. And you can hear it starting up and misting or steaming through the top opening right there. So we'll give it a few more moments to kind of warm up. So just let it sit right there and simply observe as it does its thing. And I can feel it is quite hot. Of the steam or vapor from it is noticeably hot, so that's really helpful when it comes to steaming your face and opening up those pores. So very hot indeed. I can't really put my hand that close to it for more than a few moments before I have to pull away. If not, I'll just spoil my hand up like that. So over here, at this distance, it's quite fine in terms of the heat. So you want to put your face close, but not too close. You don't want to boil your face away. So this is good for moisturizing your face and opening up those pores, and then carrying out any beauty regimen that you normally have. So as you can hear, it's pretty quiet, and you can't really hear the ultrasonic steamer or the electrics of the steamer. So all you can hear is the steam coming through the front. And it is quite heavy in terms of misting or steaming. So that will give your face a nice and thorough steaming or moisturizing naturally. And let's go ahead and turn it off and see what happens. So the light does flash in the front, back to the standby light that we saw earlier when we plugged it in with the red LED flashing. So just like that, it is now off. And it's nice to see that there are no drips or any vapor or wetness around any part, especially the front or even the top of the facial steamer. So very, very tidy design there. And let's turn it back on. Just for the fun of it. So I'm not going to point it directly into the camera because that will just mist up the lens. But I'll bring it up as close as I can. Just so you get the full experience of the steamer through your screen. So that's the Argus Lee Facial Steamer. Thanks for watching and happy steaming!